This was a human experiment I personally led. Under the cold fluorescent lights, my mother's brain memories from just before her death had been fully cloned and implanted into a mechanical body. The moment she was activated, she began to wail in agony, unable to accept the reality before her. And the person responsible for her suffering, that was me, her daughter. By 2135, Earth's resources had nearly run dry, and humanity had plunged into war over what remained. The turning point of this war hinged on a legendary mercenary, my mother, Yin Jingyi. Countless missions had made her a decorated soldier, but her final assignment ended in disaster. That day, she found herself surrounded by enemy robots. She put a bullet through one's chest, then took out several more with fluid precision. Just when she thought she'd broken through, a missile came screaming toward her, launched by the enemy's ace weapon, a robotic dog. Pinned down by heavy fire, my mother had no choice but to fight and retreat. She lured the robotic dog into an oil pipeline, drenching it in fuel. An explosion followed, engulfing the machine in flames. But its built-in fire suppression system kicked in, and it broke free within seconds. She ducked into hiding, but the dog's thermal imaging locked onto her instantly. Another barrage of gunfire sent steel beams crashing down, trapping the machine. She lined up her shot, ready to finish it off when a puppet caught her eye. In that moment, she realized she was a robot herself. Time froze. It had all been a simulation. The real version of my mother had been in a vegetative state ever since that mission 35 years ago. Now, determined to end the war once and for all, I, a weapons specialist at an arms manufacturer, had decided to clone her brain and build a superior combat robot. The instant Subject 17 was activated, she let out a piercing scream. She discovered she had no body, only endless pain. Communication was impossible. I watched 17 writhe in agony, forcing myself to stay composed as I uttered two words. This was the 17th failure. The executives were losing patience, and I was sinking into despair. Years ago, I'd been diagnosed with a terminal illness. To cover the astronomical medical bills, my mother took a desperate gamble and became a mercenary. On the day of my surgery, she left for one last mission. Neither of us imagined it would be our final goodbye. After she became a vegetable, our family situation went from bad to worse. With no other options, we signed an agreement allowing her brain to be used for weapons research. It was the only way to survive. From that point on, my mother's brain data was subjected to experiment after experiment at the Chronoid Research Institute. Now, my team has created Subject 18. Once again, we've placed her in a combat simulation to see if she can find a way out.